Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy, and this is the number 2 review of series number 10. And series number 10 is non-premium pouches. So we will be taking, as you just saw, another TimberWolf product and looking at it. This will be TimberWolf Natural. Now, before I get into the run over of the packaging here, I'm going to go through it a little bit in a more timely manner for this and the rest of the TimberWolf series. If you want to see a little bit more in-depth detail about the packaging, look at the second video of this playlist. It was last night's review, which was TimberWolf Straight. So, alright, so taking a look at this can, it has the background color that TimberWolf does with his naturals. It's sort of a fire engine or Ferrari red, whereas the straight is a dark burgundy. Everything's basically self-explanatory. Pouches is well denoted and whatnot. And you have this inner circle. These, as I said in the last review, are made by Pinkerton Tobacco Company of Owensboro, Kentucky. And since Pinkerton is owned by Swedish Match, and since Swedish Match's main trade is snus, these have catch lids that don't want to come off. So you have a depression in the lid underneath this lid where you can put used pouches. Now, as I said in the last review, makes a lot of sense when you're using snus because you don't have to spit or anything, so why not have a receptacle to put the pouch in on the can? Dip doesn't make that much sense to me. To me, you know, if you're having to spit anyway, then you most likely have a receptacle that you're spitting into that you can put a used pouch, but maybe that's just me. So it does have a catch lid. They call it a stow and throw, which is the very fine wording down there. Press that back on. The can is bigger. Because of the depression, two things happen. The can is slightly bigger this way to make up for the space lost for that depression where you put the used pouches. And also, when we get inside the can here, the pouches will probably be compacted in the can. Very moist, but compacted. So, to show you the difference in the can size, it is, and I have not checked it up against one, but I am thinking it is about the size of a Red Seal can. But let's put it up against the Skull Original can. Okay, I'm going to put them on a pipe tobacco can because it's flat, and I'll lift it up, and you should be able to see the difference right there. Okay, so it is a slightly larger can. On the side banding, you have the warning label, which is government stipulated, but then after that, it is 3 brandings, okay? The middle one does have the website at the top. It is TimberWolfSnuff.com. It's a very nice website. Check it out. So, another theory as to why it's like that, Berg's Dip Reviews spoke up in a comment, and although I didn't look through the whole thing yet, he was basically saying that TimberWolf is sometimes displayed in stacks. Winnington had said in some parts of the country they're racked like this instead of fronting, they're racked like that, which is true, but Berg's Dip Reviews also said that they stack them, and that's dead on because I have seen that actually in my area with the winter green, though I don't think it was pouched, but they have them like in tube stacks that you like take the bottom one out of the cardboard box and the next one falls down. So they want the branding on the side, and they want a lot of it. So there's a 3 out of 4 chance whatever, person is stocking will have a chance at having the brand showing. All right. On the back, because they do not have the manufacturer's information and barcode on the banding, they have a sticker on the back. Barcode, flavor, brand, the fact that it is a product of the Pinkerton Tobacco Company of Owensboro, Kentucky. And underneath that barcode is the fact that it is a 0.82 net weight ounce can, which is right the same weight as the Copenhagen pouch cans and the Skoal pouch cans. The part of Berg's comments that I didn't get to was he started, and I didn't see the whole thing from my notifications, he started to say what the date code meant. I didn't see everything he put there, but the 9 there does say 2019. So I will get back for the next video as to what it means in full. But that is close enough for me. And if it's close enough for the guy wearing the blue blazer, then it should be close enough for you. Just saying. I'm going to cut into this. Wow, okay. These have papery bands that are well fitted to the can, so they do act as a seal on the product, but they are pretty easy to slice. Sometimes a little bit of resistance where they meet back on themselves, but besides that, these cans are hard to get off though, so I'm going to have to pop it again with my thumbnail. And again, we got moisture on the lid, which I will show you. And the product is compacted because of that extra space in the lid. You're looking at the bottom of that catch lid. All right. So the product is tamped down pretty good. There's 15 pouches in a can. They are a white pouch that is stained. Anything real dark there is the tobacco coming in full contact because it's been pressed with the pouch. All right. So I'm going to throw a couple of these in. I'm going to fluff them up a little bit. Smell off the can is a natural with not as much salt registering, which I'm actually a fan of salt, but it's not a bad smell, but I can tell that the product is going to be light on the salt content or the saltiness, depending which way you want me to put it there. So I normally don't fluff up pouches, but these things are so compacted in the can that I just feel having the tobacco looser in the pouch is going to work better. Just doubling them up front, I'll move them right on the side. That thing where I was doing one on either, yeah, I always end up pushing them around and doubling them up anyway, so I don't even see what the point is. Anyway, I will be back in a moment. And I am back. I'm just kidding. Just goofing around. Okay, it's an all right natural. Nicotine's there. The product is moist enough. Got to fluff up the pouches a little bit, I feel, because the tobacco is pretty packed tight from the can being down like that. I just fluff them up so the tobacco is looser in it, and with the hopes of, saliva being able to work its way through the pouch easier. The taste is, it's a natural, but there's not very much, it's not very salty, and I tend to like salty. Like I like Copenhagen long cut. That's a good salty level. I can even go up higher to the Stokers. long cut natural. I like to. Goofs with my lip a little bit, but I like it. This, the natural flavor itself is okay, but there's like no salt content whatsoever. It's not salty really at all. I guess there's a tiny twinge there of it, but it's not much. So yeah, it's definitely not one of, and I already sort of knew that, it's not one of my favorite naturals. But at the same time, it's not really a bad natural. It's just not salty enough for my liking. Okay? So, if your issue with naturals is you don't like the saltiness, then this may be what you're looking for. Pouches are comfortable. I didn't say that in the last review, but they're comfortable enough. I haven't really run into a pouch yet that isn't comfortable. I'm hoping at least the lower tier companies know that they got to make at least a comfortable pouch material to, but who knows? Who knows what we may find later in the series. So I'm actually keeping this up front now. I didn't even realize it. There we go. So yeah, the flavor's all right. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the natural flavor. It's just not salty, and I like salty naturals. Nicotine's there. It's not going to be terribly high, but it's not. It's there. I'll leave this in through the uploading process and whatnot. It's not overly flavorful. Like, it's juicing up and whatnot, but it's not really. It's juicing up, but the flavor's not really coming across. You got to really work and squeeze at it. It was a little bit more forthcoming with the straight version. All in all, if you can get this product priced right, which would be, definitely not higher than Grizzly, you might want to give it a try. If you want to do a naturals, but you can't deal with, either the flavor of all the salt or what it does to your lip, you may well be okay with this. So it is a quality product, and they are trying. The lids are a lot better on these pouched ones than the long cuts, and that was really my only complaint with the packaging. They not only the long cuts don't have. They have plastic lids, but they have really, really bad plastic lids. These with the stow and throw container give it strength. So, for this, outside of a review, I through this series and the last series, which was premium pouches, I have warmed to pouches, by the way. But this is just something, there's not enough flavor, and it's not salty enough when you do get it. Besides that, nothing really wrong with it if you get it at the right price. And the right price should be at the level of lower price Grizzly products or a little bit lower. Okay? So this has been the review of TimberWolf natural pouches. Not bad per se, but not something that I would go out of my way for personally. I'd like to say hello and thank you to Skylar Johnson, Blair Micko, or Micko, and Island Piper again. Guys, thank you. That is all the notifications that I got. If you want me to call out your name and I haven't got a notification from you, drop a line somewhere in the comment section, and when I see it and don't recognize you from anywhere, I'll probably call you out in the next video. As always, please check out Berg's Dip Reviews, Winnington Outdoors, Dirty Pat Walsh, Wayside Lee 83. If gaming's your thing, there is Real Talk Studios. If you have a snooze question, go over to snoozefreak.com on YouTube. And although his videos are in German, you should be able to figure out which product is which video from the picture, the thumbnail, and just drop your question in the comment section of that video, and he will get back to you in English. Also, back up and running, I noticed, but I haven't gotten over there yet, is I just reversed the name and I goofed myself up. NOBLUFFBUFF. I was about to say no buff bluff. Wait. Yeah, you guys know who I'm talking about, right? Yeah, that guy. Go check him out. He does truck driving stuff and some reviews, and he does some food reviews, and he does all kinds of stuff. So, I will talk to you guys later. Do take care of yourselves, and God bless.